Surveillance camera footage from a gas station has been released, showing two scantily clad black ladies twerking up against a black male in a gas station, essentially sexually assaulting him. I'm going to go ahead and play the video, and I'm going to chime in at one point when I believe that it's more than justified for the black man to either A, shove the bitch onto the ground, onto her ass, or B, maybe even punch her, not hard, but there's a pretty soft jab. He's a big looking dude. A nice soft jab to the chin in order to get her to stop sexually assaulting him. Let's take a look. Of course, I had to mute the music, so there you go. Two scantily clad hoes touching him. Look, just touching all up. Ooh, she does not mind sexually molesting him, and he's clearly trying to get away. Okay, at this point, it's more than justified to either A, push the bitch onto her ass, or really just punch her in the face. I mean, let's just be clear here, all right? I mean, at what point do we absolve women of any personal responsibility? At what point do we put men in a position where they have to sit there and let a woman invade his space for fear of being called a coward or a pussy because he defended himself? But I guess it's true what they say. Real men let women beat the shit out of them, right? I mean, if you're a real man, you and a woman is hitting you or sexually assaulting you, what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your hands behind your back, you're gonna get on your knees, you're gonna put your head down, and you're gonna let that woman do whatever you want. Because you know what? Real men don't hit women. All right? Real men don't, put women in their place when they invade your space. Real men could take it. All right? That's what a real man does. He lets a woman do whatever the fuck she wants. So they don't stop. I mean, easily elbow her in the face. But we're not allowed to do that in Western society. We're not allowed to do that because women clearly have many, many privileges. Let's just be honest about it. We need to talk about male privilege? Fuck off. This reminds me, a few months ago, I was quote-unquote raped by a girl and her female accomplices. I was doing some driving for the company Lyft. They're like Uber, and I was driving these three girls around, and the girl in the passenger seat took a liking to me, and she basically started to sexually molest me. I was pretty resistant at first because at the first half of the ride, the guy that was trying to get with her was in the car, and I'm trying to be professional because it's my job. I don't want to get a complaint or something, so I'm trying to get this girl to back off, because the guy's in the back seat watching, but she won't. She kept persisting, and and then of course finally when the guy left, I was more than willing to let her advance onto me. But the point is, you see the double standards. Women are basically allowed to get away with anything in this culture, and you talk about so-called patriarchy, you talk about so-called male privilege. I'm skeptical. Women have a lot of privileges, and as they disguise themselves under the guise of victimhood, people feel like we cannot hold women responsible for their actions because we assume that they're victims. But fuck that. I don't want to infantilize women by absolving them of any personal responsibility. To me, true love and care for another person is wanting them to be empowered and responsible and adults. Not to keep them in an infantilized, childish state because you like to control people who you believe are weaker than you. So I believe absolutely this black man should have defended himself against these crazy hoes, pushed them onto their asses, elbowed them in the face. Really, just give them the gender equality that feminism claims to fight for women. People say that that's so violent. Oh, you should never hit women. You can go fucking murder yourself for all I care. You can just shut up. All right? People say, oh, you shouldn't hit a woman because they're weaker than you. Women are weaker and they're shorter than men, so you shouldn't hit a woman. And I have an exceptional response to this retort, and that is, well, if a man who's weaker and shorter than you comes up to you and punches you in the face, should you not hit him back just because he's weaker and shorter? Now, you just said you shouldn't ever hit a woman in self-defense because she's weaker and shorter. So if a man who's weaker and shorter than you comes up to you and punches you in the face, you're not going to hit him either? Of course you would. The standard for determining whether or not you'd hit somebody in self-defense isn't that the woman is shorter and weaker. It's that she's a woman. Pure and simple. As a generalization principle that you've swept across humanity. You've simply said that you should not hit women in self-defense, not because they're weaker, not because they're shorter, but for the mere fact that they have a fucking vagina. Certainly not gender equality, certainly not a feminist stance to take, and absolutely without a doubt, it's a stance that basically handicaps men. So, nice elbow to the face, baby. Alright guys, thanks for listening. If you want to support more of my work and help defend my videos against YouTube censorship, check out my Patreon page where you can support me directly. Take care.
That's not very traditional, and I think that a man should really pay for the first date.
Fuck that. We're splitting the bill.